That's amazing. So at 27, you're a world champion, and that was the pinnacle. That was the peak of the mountain that your whole life you had been striving to get to, right? What was it in that you felt as though you weren't being fulfilled?
You know, I suppose I suffered with depression and anxiety my whole life, from being a little boy to being a man. But I always had a goal of becoming heavyweight champion of the world. And it always brought me back out of the darkness to achieve that goal. And nothing else mattered. I had a lot of tragedy go on in my life, and a lot of stuff happened that maybe could have put me off track of being heavyweight champ. But I always sort of sidetracked all of that and concentrated on the job in hand. And when they said, right, you're going to fight Klitschko for the world championship, I was like, when I win, I'm not going to have a goal anymore. So I almost knew going into the fight that I was going to come down, it was going to be a disaster. I was very depressed going into the fight, going into training camps. I knew I was going to beat this guy. And I remember saying to me dad and my brothers, I said, win, lose or draw, I said, I probably won't fight again after this.
Really?
He's like,
why was that?
You boxed all your life to get to this position and you're going to just walk away. I was like, you know what? I'm not feeling it anymore. But I look back in it now and I was very ill going into that fight. I wasn't well-minded. Goes in there, beats him. For 5 minutes, I was happy. And then when I got back to the changing room, I thought, is this it? I've won 5 world title belts. I beat the second longest reigning heavyweight champion in history. What next? I don't have a purpose anymore. I'm finished.
Oh, that's weird, man, because when I was a little kid and I won the title, I think I fell so in love with that illusion of myself and shit.
Really?
Hell fucking
So you were like, let me conquer more.
Hell
let me dominate. Let me destroy more people.
Let it be more about me. Let me have the best girl in the world. Let me have the best seat in the fucking restaurant. Give me the best fucking car. I want the best plane. I was fucking also self-absorbed. You know what I mean? I couldn't fuck enough girls. Couldn't have enough fights. Couldn't have enough fights outside the ring.
Enough power.
Yeah, it wasn't enough. Yeah.
It's so interesting because I very much relate to what you're saying, you know, that feeling of what's next. This is it. This is everything every bit of my life that I've dedicated to achieving this thing, and I did it. Now what the fuck am I?
But that's just my negative outlook on everything.
Yeah, that's because we don't have no outlook on self-love.
Yeah.
Back then, when you don't have no self-love, it's just so easy to say, that's it. Yeah. When you have self-love, you find so many intimate things to do with yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You know, I played football for everyone but me. I played football to prove everybody wrong, to show everybody how powerful and dominant and scary I was. I played football to destroy other people, to inflict my pain on others. And I never once was playing it just because I loved it.
You know, the first time I was boxing, the first career, I call it 2 careers. The first time was about achieving my dreams, becoming heavyweight champion of the world and all that sort of stuff we just talked about, all that power and what if and all this stuff. But when I got there, I thought, like, this is a lot of shit. It wasn't what I expected.
And from England, that's really hard because England, they look at boxers and fighters from a total different perspective. Yeah. They're like gods out there. So how do you live that life in England? You can't go nowhere.
Exactly.
I know he can't go nowhere.
Yeah.
You can't go because they're waiting for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
You hang out here, there'd be 40,000 people waiting for you in England. They don't fuck around.
That's crazy.
With their fighters, their soccer players and stuff, their rugby players, they're with you 100%. Yeah. How many people? Where did you fight? You fought them in America, right? Dante Wild.
Yeah.
How many people from the UK came over?
About 7,000. Yeah, there was a lot of British fans travelled. But like the second career, it's not about winning belts or anything. I'm just having fun. You know, I box now because I love to fight, and I finally found what I love to do.
What is that?
And that's to be involved in good fights and take punches and hit people back. You know, I go into these fights and I don't give a fuck. You know, I'm like a loose cannon, a crazy character. I don't care if they hit me. I don't care what they do. I'm going to enjoy myself. I'm going to have fun in the fight. They're all serious, like, oh my God, this is a fight. And I'm like doing dances, fucking waving my arms in the air, singing to them.
I noticed that.
I don't care anymore. You know, I've gone past the stage of caring about a fight.
Who was your last fight?
I boxed in Vegas in June 15th. I boxed a German guy called Tom Schwartz.
That's right. And I watched all of that pre-fight stuff, man, and your energy was unbelievable. Like you were smiling. You were putting on a show.
We're in the entertainment business. I was in Las Vegas. I was there to put on a show. I did that. I won the fight. On to the next one. You know, I'm having fun. I've never been as happy as this in my whole career.
That's awesome.
Never. I'm so happy right now, so mentally well, so unconcerned about what people think of me.
Andy Ruiz.
I think his win over Joshua was a very good win on 2 weeks' notice.
Yeah, how would you fight him?
I would tie one hand behind my back and use either one and just jab his nut right off. Pop, 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 pop. That would be the easiest fight ever.
Oh, God. That's bullshit.
I love that. Is that a fight you're looking forward to?
I'm going to fight this guy on the 14th, and then we're going to go for the Wilder rematch February 22nd.
Nice.
And then this time, I'm not going to leave it to the judges. It's going to go over within 4 or 5 rounds. Then we're going to move on.
Did Wilder fight anybody since your guy fought?
He fought somebody else.
Yeah, he fought one fight before. He fought Dominic Brazil.
One round
knockout. And he's fighting Luis Ortiz in his next fight. So.
Oh, the rematch?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that'll go quicker this time now. Luis Ortiz is 147 years old.
You don't know how old he is, right? They come from Cuba. They fight forever.
They'll just keep doing it.
Yeah, amateur fights forever.
Is there anything you're curious about Mike and his new life after boxing?
My new life is pretty interesting. That's understandable. Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, this new life of yours, it's giving you a new lease of life.
Yeah, thank God. Because my last fucking life was a monstrosity. Whoa, I don't even know how all this shit happened, man. Fuck.
But without all that catastrophic action, would you be the same man you are today without the experience?
Oh, I needed that experience, yeah.
You're a living legend. I'm sat here with a living legend.
Yeah, well, I'm just glad I'm living. You know, I'm just glad I'm living. Woo.
Oh, definitely.
I can't believe I wanted to die so often when I was younger. I said, God, I hate living. Now I get 53, I love living. I don't want to fucking die. I hate the fact that I got to die now. Because living is so interesting.
It is, man. Every day is a
What's the
fucking
motivation,
adventure.
Mike, now?
Excuse me?
What's the motivation?
Just for me. It's to absorb my existence, you know, and realize that life is a joke. I took it too serious.
100%.
You know? I don't know, not long after this, I'll die soon, and I won't exist anymore. And then I have to go to the other world. I want to see what that's like. I can't believe this energy that I have just dies and it doesn't exist. It may not live here no more, but it has to go somewhere.
100%.
You know? And that's what I'm looking forward to now.
Not for a long time yet, though.
Whenever it happens, but I'm just looking forward to it. Because life is great, so death has to be just as great as life. You can't think the worst day of my life, right? Is my mother or my children dying or whatever. The worst day of my life, besides that incident that happened, that could have happened to anybody, probably happened to everybody all over the world at that time, life is still beautiful. My worst day in life is still a beautiful day. If I don't internalize it and oh woe leaves me and my mother died or my baby died, why me? If I don't look at it from that perspective, life was always beautiful. Every day was beautiful, you know.
Life is precious and it's beautiful just to wake up in the morning. Before I used to take it all for granted. I didn't care. I didn't care about nothing. I didn't care about family, friends, relatives, achievements. I didn't care about fuck all. I just didn't care. But now, after going to hell and back, I appreciate fresh air and a glass of water.
Gratitude.
Smaller things in life.
Gratitude.
Because when you've lost, you never know what you've really got until it's gone.
Yeah.
But I've had the opportunity to be shot down and come back. You know, and you really find out who your friends are, who the people are really behind you, who leaves, who jumps off, and everybody just loves a winner. Nobody wants to be around a loser. Nobody wants to be around a man who's lost his mind. So you really find out who your friends are. The people who call you in distress when you're down and you're out and you don't have any more to offer to them. So I suppose I got to see that side of everything without being beaten in a boxing ring first. So then on the comeback, I have the smallest team ever. The people who were there for me when I was gone, when I was out. So yeah, I keep it nice and small. I'm happy for every day. And whatever happens in life happens. I don't care.
We just have to understand that being fighters, being entertainers, anything, it's being in the light, that we have to understand that this will be over soon. This is not going to last forever. So why at this moment, while it's enormous and it's profitable, I have to make the best I can out of it. That's what this is all about now with him. He has to make the best possible moves for his future right now while he can.
Yeah. It's interesting hearing you say, because I know this as well, is that before you said you didn't give a fuck about anything. And now you don't care, but in a different way. It's like you're detached with love from it all. You know, and I think that's an important, that's a difference, you know. But it's interesting because it's the flip side of the same coin, you know. Going from a place of not caring about anything in your life in a destructive way, and then coming to a place where you cannot care about anything in life because you're not attached to anything or any specific outcome or how anything is supposed to be or look.
Do you know, before I used to take everything and think, oh, I want this, I want that. I was never happy with what I got. It's human nature. We always want more.
Yeah.
And no matter what it is, no matter how much you've got of something, then you're always searching for more things.
I think that's ego nature.
No doubt about it.
That's the nature of the ego.
And now it's like, I don't care if I lose everything. I don't care what happens. Nothing really is ours anyway in life. We only borrow it until we die, and it all goes.
Yep.
The only thing we truly own in this life is moments in time. Now, this is a moment in time for me that will never be erased. And no matter what happens, this is always going to be my time. This will be my moment in time because I lived here and I was a part of this.
Yeah.
You know, everything else, this bag, this watch, these clothes, they will all go.
Fuck it.
What does it really matter?
Yeah.
Yeah, your body.
Even the body will go. This is a shell.
Yeah.
But what's inside, hope to God, lives on forever.
Definitely does.
You know,
maybe not living on forever is cool too.
Yeah.
You know, we don't know that yet. Maybe it's stop hearing our fucking selves and talking about us and thinking about ourselves in our minds sometimes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Maybe that's cool enough to stop that.
That's bliss.
Yeah, they just have no thoughts.
Yeah.
You know?
But like you said before, though, why are we here?
What's
We
our
have all
purpose?
these experiences, and then what, we just switch us off after you close your eyes? Can't be possible.
Yeah.
But that's the ultimate question, isn't it? What happens when you die?
Maybe we wake. maybe we wake up.
I reckon.
We wake up. It's all a dream. We just wake up.
What do you think, Tyson?
Well, like I said before, I'm a practicing Christian.
Uh-huh.
And the Bible says when you die, all the answers will be revealed and everything will be like almost in HD. And everything you wanted to know in your life will be answered. But it also says that we'll be accountable for every action we did. So
I don't know. I just don't think. I think even as a Muslim, a former Christian, I just believe that when I took the Torah, I just believe there's no good and no bad. There's no right and no wrong. You know what I mean?
It's all
Who are
perception.
we're not. Our brain is not developed. Even at the height of its development, we're not developed really enough to understand why we did something right or wrong. We don't understand our selfishness, our greed, or our ego. We don't understand it. We can't even comprehend it. We can't even conceive it to another human being what it's really like when it's operating. We're nothing. Who are we? We can't explain ourselves. What am I doing here? What the fuck am I doing here? I don't really know. I should be scared. I don't know me. I don't know you. I don't know him. What the fuck are we? I just know what my mind tells me everything is. And my mind is just not reliable most of the time.